I noticed her hand first, a faint tremor, barely visible, catching the chandelier's light as she lifted her glass toward mine. The liquid inside shimmered, a small droplet dissolving as if it had never been there. She believed she was clever. I smiled back. Emily, my daughter-in-law, 29, graceful, polite, and patient enough to wait for me to die. It was my retirement party. That morning, $23 million had been wired to my account. My company, my legacy, sold at last. The room hummed with laughter, music, congratulations. Everyone thought I was stepping down because I wanted peace. The truth? I was stepping down because I had already won. As I raised my glass, Emily's gaze flicked to mine, then to the rim of my champagne flute. She was waiting for me to drink. When my son turned to give his toast, I quietly switched our glasses. It was effortless, like a move in a game I'd been playing longer than she'd been alive. I first met her 5 years ago. She came into our lives like a breeze, smart, charming, the kind of woman who made everyone feel seen. My son adored her. I did too at first. She reminded me of my late wife, gentle on the outside, steel beneath. For a time, I truly thought she loved him, but small cracks began to show. She knew things she shouldn't. Private company figures, contracts still under review. I assumed my son had told her until an overseas partner emailed me about an offer to buy my firm. An offer Emily had already replied to using my digital signature. That's when I started watching her. Midnight calls, business trips that didn't match her itinerary. I never confronted her. I collected proof, screenshots, recordings, dates, transactions. Slowly, the full picture came together. She wasn't working alone. Her mother, Evelyn, a retired lawyer with a reputation for being as sharp as she was cold, was helping her. Together, they wanted to control the company through my son, and I was in their way. When my health began to decline, they saw their chance. Pills in my cabinet replaced. Doses adjusted. Notes written in Emily's neat hand. My doctor confirmed later. If I'd taken them, my liver would have failed in months. That was the day I stopped being a trusting father-in-law and became a strategist. Quietly, I changed my will. Every share, every patent, every future dividend went into a trust for my granddaughter. My lawyer, an old friend, sealed the documents 3 months before that party. No one knew. Then I told Emily I was selling the company. Her smile came too quickly. She offered to help with the paperwork. That was all the confirmation I needed. Back in the ballroom, my son's voice trembled as he toasted me. Cameras flashed. Guests cheered. Emily stood beside her mother, both women radiant, glasses raised high. They didn't notice the switch. They toasted, they drank, and they laughed. 3 minutes later, Evelyn's hand began to shake. Her eyes darted wildly before she collapsed. The room fell into chaos. Gasps, shouts, broken glass. Emily screamed her mother's name, kneeling beside her, her face twisted in shock, then in realization. Our eyes met. She understood. Not how, but that I knew. I set my glass down, untouched. Call an ambulance, I said quietly. The toxicology report later showed traces of a dangerous sedative mixed with alcohol. The police investigated. But with dozens of glasses passed around, no one could prove intent. Emily disappeared soon after, sold her car, moved back with her father, and divorced my son. He was heartbroken, but better heartbroken than dead. The papers called Evelyn's death a tragedy. I called it justice. Sometimes revenge doesn't roar, it whispers. It comes in silence, in the turn of a wrist, in a champagne glass that never reaches your lips. I never drank again after that night. Not out of fear, but because I'd already tasted something far stronger, the quiet satisfaction of survival.